Okay, we're going to look at now adding some text to our HTML email. So we're going to go back into Edit. Which brings us back to where we were when we left off a few minutes ago. Now, in our presentation, we saw that this is all actually just code. And just to demonstrate the point, you'll see there's a tab there that says Source. If we click on that, that will show us all the coding that we've created in this document so far. So there it is. If we click on Source again, it will bring us back to our visualization. Okay, it's always prudent to have your text pre-typed and planned before you actually create your email. It wants ideally to be done in Notepad or TextEdit rather than something like Microsoft Word, because that brings all sorts of fancy formatting across, which will confuse HTML when it's trying to recode it. So ideally you'll bring it in what they call plain text and then format it once it's in the document. Now I just happen to have, if we can find it, some text that came from a Tesco newsletter, which I'll copy, and we're going to go back into our text box and we're going to paste it. Okay, and there's our text. Now if we preview at that, we've not done any formatting, so it will just revert to basic text. Nothing fancy at all, but it's nice and clear, as you can see. So let's add some formatting to that text. The first thing we want to do is format all the text. We're going to ignore the style. We'll come back to that perhaps a little bit later, but in terms of, we're going to tell it it's normal body text. We're going to tell it it's going to be an Arial font on this occasion, and we're going to try a small font. Okay, so that's resized our text. I want to just demonstrate how we highlight text. So perhaps we can highlight the Easter weekend by using a text color that's different. So we'll make that red, just like you would as if you was in Microsoft Word. Now next, I've copied Dear Mr. Chapman from my letter, but if this is going out to a lot of people, you want to personalise this. We really want their correct title and their correct name, and we do this using the tool that's just above the message box here. And step one is it's asking us what module from the CRM do we want to pull the information from. In this case it's contact. This time we're going to have salutation, so it produces us the text that we need for that. We'll just copy it, we paste it, we're going to put a space in between, and it's now we need to find out their surname. So the contact fields again, last name, Command C. Now when we send that out now, what we'll get is Dear Mr. Chapman, and it will look up that name dynamically from the email address that we're sending, so each email you send out will be individual. Now that's only as good as the information you've got in your database, so if you've got no salutation in the database, then it's going to have a Dear Chapman in this occasion. Let's just have a quick preview of that. Although it previews with the code, when the email goes out, it actually puts in the right information. It looks it up on the way out. So that's looking a little bit more attractive. Okay, next thing we want to do is we're going to add an email link within the template on the click here. So we highlight the text on that button there, insert a link, it's going to ask us what type of link it is, and it's actually going to be, in this occasion, an email. And the email address we're going to send it to is mine, ajc1502@mac.com. And you could, if you want, add a message subject and some body text. Not that we particularly need it in this case. So now we've got a hyperlink in our email, and last but not least, we're going to put a hyperlink into the rugby club's website. So we highlight the text again. What type is it? It's actually a URL to another site. So now we type in the web address, difc.co.uk. Now, on the target, that was the second tab along, on the target, we want to tell it when somebody clicks on this to open up in a new window. So rather than overwrite what we're already looking, somebody's already looking at. So we've clicked for a new window and OK, and in theory that should have done that. We're going to preview this. Okay. So now we've got some highlighted text. If we click there, it should open the email program. I wish I hadn't done that because it's going to take some time. But as you can see, we'll cancel that. And if we clicked on the hyperlink, you'll see now that this will take you to the website that you've put in. There we go. So we'll just close that down and close the preview and save that for the moment. Let's now deploy the email that we've produced. We'll from the contacts. Made any errors. A click of the top checkbox will select everybody. We can then deselect anybody that we choose we don't want to send the email to. We can move on to the next page of contacts. We click the send mail button. It asks us to confirm it's an email that we want to select. That takes us into the email deployment module. Even though you can see all the email addresses within the to box there, when the recipient receives the email, they'll only see their own email address and nobody else's. We select the email template from there. And we'll pull up the Tesco one. There it is. We can change the subject should we wish to. We could, if we wished, add a document which will get uploaded and sent out to everybody at the same time. You can actually go in and edit the text before you send it. Which won't change the template, only on this this deployment now. And it's simple as clicking the send button. Obviously we won't do that just now. We'll just cancel that.